I love sequence questions because this is the best way to challenge your brain to detect the pattern. You're presented with 3 numbers in a sequence where 4th number is missing, and you need to identify the next number. You have 4 different choices. Choice A, 159. Choice B, 179. Choice C, 139. And then choice D, 193. Do you see the answer? Give yourself 10 to 15 seconds. This is about as much time as you get on the real test. On my end, I'm pretty sure that you've solved it by now, and I'm moving forward to share with you my version of the solution. And obviously, if you have a better way to solve it, please make sure to post in comments. I think the pattern here is that the next number is calculated as previous number multiplied by 2 minus 1. The first number in the sequence then is 25. Next number will be calculated as 25 multiplied by 2 minus 1, which would be equal to 49. Number after that will be calculated as 49 multiplied by 2 minus 1. And then the missing number will be calculated as 97 multiplied by 2 minus 1, which would be equal to 194 minus 1, and then the end result of it would be equal to 193. So I believe that the correct choice here is choice D, 193. Do you have a different solution? Please make sure to post your answer in comments. Here's an amazing question where you need to find the missing values. Missing values are represented by the question mark and are located on the outside and inside the star. Star is hosted inside the diamond, and this combined figure has numbers around it. For example, number 7 is at 11 o'clock, number 28 at 1 o'clock. Then comes the missing number at 5 o'clock, and then there is a number 448 at 8 o'clock. In the center of the combined shape, there is also a missing number represented by the question mark. You have 4 different choices for the final value. Choice A, 98 and 1521. Choice B, 76 and 1629. Choice C, 101 and 1829. And last but not least, choice D, 112 and 1792. Take a close look at the shape to see if you can replace question marks with the correct value. Are you ready? I am on my end moving forward to share with you my version of the solution. And obviously, if you have a better way to solve it, please make sure to post in comments. If problem seems very unusual for you, the problem of solving it is very typical. You need to look for patterns. And the pattern here is that the next value calculated as a previous value multiplied by 4. Values increment clockwise starting at 11 o'clock, and the missing value in the middle of the star is calculated last. Let's use the formula to calculate the missing value. First value at 11 o'clock is 7. Next value is 28, which is calculated as 7 multiplied by 4. Then we come to the first missing value at 5 o'clock, and missing value is calculated as 28 multiplied by 4, which equals 112. Next value at 8 o'clock is 112 multiplied by 4, which equals 448. And then the missing value in the center of the star is 448 multiplied by 4, which equals 1792. So the correct answer here is choice D, 112 and 1792. Hopefully you've nailed this question and now know how to answer similar problems on the test. Here is an amazing question which truly tests your analytical skills. You're presented with 4 sets of 3x3 matrices. Each matrix has 9 numbers. And in matrix 4, there are 3 missing numbers that you need to calculate. You're presented with 4 different choices. Choice A, missing numbers might be 54, 68, and 105. Choice B, missing numbers might be 55, 78, and 97. Choice C is represented by the numbers 69, 80, and 115. And then choice D is 74, 88, and 125. Give yourself a little bit of time, maybe 20 to 30 seconds by pausing this video to see if you can come up with the solution. And as usual, I am moving forward to reveal you my version of the solution. And obviously, if you have a better way to solve it, please make sure to post in comments. I think it's very obvious, and you probably recognize the pattern that's happening here. Numbers are calculated based on the formula. If we break down the matrix into columns A, B, and C, and then add numbers to the rows 1, 2, and 3, the formula can be summarized as B1 is calculated as A1 multiplied by 3, and C1 is calculated as B1 minus 4. So to calculate the missing numbers in row 1, we need to multiply 18 by 3, which would equal 54, and then 54 minus 4 equals 50. For row 2, the calculations will be 24 multiplied by 3 equals 72, and then 72 minus 4 equals 68. And last but not least, row 3 is calculated as 35 multiplied by 3 equals 105, and 105 minus 4 equals 101. So the correct answer is choice A, 54, 68, and 105. A lot of you are interested and ask me, how can I help others? One of the ways you can help other people is by sharing the latest questions you see as part of the assessment test. And when you share, please make sure to also include how you answered them. Please share the question you recently encountered in the comment section of this video. And if you know the answers, please share them as well. And now let's continue and get you ready for the test. Here's an amazing question to test your business math skills. You're presented with the set of numbers in the compass-like figure, and you need to add up all the numbers inside the shapes and then divide the sum by 2. You need to calculate what would be the result of this calculation, and you have 4 different choices. Choice A, 9, choice B, 12, choice C, 18, and choice D, 24. Do you see the answer? Give yourself a little bit of time, maybe pause this video and give yourself 10 to 20 seconds to do the calculations. I am pretty sure you figured it out, so I'm moving forward to share with you my version, and obviously if you have a better way to solve it, please make sure to post in comments. The math here is pretty straightforward. You need to do 7 minus 3 plus 9 plus 5 in parentheses, and then divide the sum by 2. The result would be 18 divided by 2, which would be equal to 9. And this is my choice for the correct answer. What's interesting about this question is that there's a lot of way to get to the incorrect answer. For example, if you forget to divide by 2, there is an answer for that. Also, if you don't see the negative number and forget to divide by 2, there is a choice for that as well. And if you just forget the negative number, there is a choice for that as well. Which tells me that you have to read the instructions carefully. Hopefully you're one of those people who does it all the time and now know how to answer similar problems on the test. Here's a very interesting question to test your spatial reasoning. You're presented with partial square, and you need to find the missing shape to build the full square. You have 4 different choices to choose from to complete the square. Choices A, B, C, and D. Take a close look to see if you can come up with the answer. And on my end, I'm moving forward to share with you the correct solution. As you might have figured out, the correct choice here is choice D. And to get to this answer, you need to look at the shape, which fits perfectly to match the edges. Since this is the 5 by 5 square, choice D is the perfect shape, because it matches perfectly to create a full square. Hopefully you've nailed this question on your own and now know how to answer similar problems on the test. Here's an amazing question where you need to find the next shape in the sequence. You're presented with the series of circles. Circles are of a different configuration and have a variety of different shapes inside. You have 4 different choices to choose from. Choices A, B, C, and D. Take a close look to see if you can come up with the solution. Maybe give yourself 10 to 15 seconds. This is about as much time as you get on the real test. And on my end, I am moving forward to share with you my version. And obviously, if you have a better solution, please make sure to share in comments. Remember I mentioned variety of different objects, so let's look closely at what those objects are. We have internal lines, we have arrows, and we have corner triangles. And there are multiple patterns in this diagram for all of these objects, for internal lines, for arrows, and for corner triangles. For example, internal lines are increasing incrementally by 1. If we look at the original sequence, we see that the first object has 2 internal lines, next one has 3 internal lines, and the object following it has 4 internal lines, which means that the next object in the sequence should have 5 lines. Arrows are also incrementally increasing by 1. We see that the first object has 1 arrow, second object has 2 arrows, and then the third object has 3 arrows, which means that the next object in the sequence should have 4 arrows. And then the last but not least pattern are the corner triangles. We see, if you look closely, you see that corner triangles are increasing by 2. For example, first object has 2 corner triangles, second object has 4, third object has 6, which means that the next object in the sequence should have 8. Based on these calculations, the correct answer is choice B. This matches all of these patterns. Do you see it differently? Please make sure to share in comments. Here is one of very interesting questions to test your analytical skills. You're presented with 3 ratios: 63 to 369, 47 is to 7411, and then you have a third ratio where 86 is related to question mark. And you need to determine the question mark based on the 4 different choices. Choice A, 8613. Choice B, 8611. Choice C, 6813. And then choice D, 6814. Do you see the answer? Give yourself a little bit of time to see if you can come up with the solution. Ready or not, I can't wait, and I'm moving forward to reveal the final solution to you. As usual, my advice to you: to solve this and other similar types of challenges, you need to look for patterns. And the pattern here is that AB is related to BA plus B plus A. So you need to reverse the digits and add together the digits to obtain the final digits. Let's look at the sample. So 63 is related to 369. So what we did here, we swapped 3 and 6, making 3 the first digit, 6 the second digit, and then we added 3 plus 6, and end result of this is 9. We came up with the second ratio in a similar way. 47 is related to 74, where we swapped the digits, concatenated with the sum of 7 and 4, which is 11. So to get to the correct solution for 86, we need to swap 6 and 8 and then add 8 plus 6, which equals 14. So the correct answer here is choice D, 6814. Hopefully you've nailed this question, enjoying this solution, and now know how to answer similar problems on the test. And now I have a question for you to test your skills. You're presented with the series of objects, and you need to determine next object in the sequence. Please choose one of the following 4 choices. Choices A, B, C, and D. Do you see the correct answer? Please make sure to post your version in comments. This would allow me to give you my feedback. Thanks for participating, and good luck. Here's an exceptional question to help determine how well can you navigate and determine the direction. Early morning, Samantha started walking toward the rising sun. After covering some distance, she turned right, then again to the right, and after covering more distance, she again turns to the right. Which direction Sam is facing right now? You have 4 different choices. A, east. Choice B, west. Choice C, south. Choice D, north. Give yourself a little bit of time to see if you can answer this question. One tip here might be to draw a diagram to help you with the direction. And I'm moving forward myself to help you with my version of the solution. And obviously, if you have a better way to solve it, please make sure to post in comments. Let's start from the beginning here. When Sam started walking early morning and faces sun, it means that she faces east, because sun is rising in the east. After Sam turned to the right, means that she faces south now. If her first direction shown by the ray AB, after she turns right, it's shown by the ray BC, Turning again to the right means that now Sam is facing west, which is displayed by the ray CD. And then last but not the least turn, after Sam covers more distance, she again turns to the right, which means that now she is facing north, which is shown by the ray DE. So the correct answer here is choice D, north. Hopefully you've nailed this question and now know how to answer similar problems on the test. Here's an amazing question which tests your analytical skills, logical reasoning skills, as well as your knowledge of employment process. You need to arrange the words into a logical sequence. And the words are phone interview, job search, employment start date, job application, in-person interview, create resume, and last one but not least is an assessment test. You have 4 different choices, choices A, B, C, and D. Take a close look, maybe pause this video to see if you can come up with the answer. What's interesting about this question is that answering it will not just help you to test your skills, but also will help you set expectations about a job search. Let's move forward and get to my version of the answer. And obviously, if you have a better way to solve it, please make sure to post in comments. In the typical job search process, after preparing the resume, job seeker can start searching for the job and apply for the job position. This is called job application process. After an employer determines the match between the position and the resume of the candidate, candidate is called up for the phone interview and then for in-person interview. The next step in the process is an assessment test. If candidate passes job interview and an assessment test, job offer is made and then person starts on the job. So the correct choice here is choice B. Starting with the creation of the resume, then going and doing job search, then applying for the job using job application, then going through the phone interview and in-person interview process, going through the assessment test, and finally starting on the new position. Do you see it differently? Please make sure to post your version of the solution in comments. A lot of you are interested and ask me, how can I help others? One of the ways you can help other people is by sharing the latest questions you see as part of the assessment test. And when you share, please make sure to also include how you answered them. Please share the question you recently encountered in the comment section of this video. And if you know the answers, please share them as well. And now let's continue and get you ready for the test. Here's an amazing question to test your analytical skills. You need to calculate the missing number. You're presented with triangle, which is split into 3 equal or almost equal parts. At the bottom of the triangles, on each side, you see numbers 8 and 2. In the middle section of the triangles, you see numbers 4 and 6. And on the top of the triangle, you see number 3 on the left. And on the right, you need to calculate the missing number. You're presented with 4 different choices. Choices A, 6, choice B, 10, choice C, 7, and choice D, 2. Do you see the answer? I'm gonna give you a quick hint here. You need not to guess the number, but you need to calculate it. Let's move forward so we can get to the correct solution together. I keep repeating it on this channel, but the fundamentals are solid. You need to always look for patterns in these types of questions. And there are actually 2 patterns here. The first pattern is that each row adds up to 10, and vertically value add up to 15. So for example, if we add 8 plus 2, that would be equal to 10. 4 plus 6 would be equal to 10. And 3 plus the missing number would also be equal to 10. So the correct answer here is choice C, 7. Hopefully you've nailed this question and now know how to answer similar problems on the test. Thanks for watching. If you liked the content, please give us a like and consider subscribing. Thanks for all your endorsement, support, and patronage. For additional helpful information, please make sure to check out links in the description. For detailed list of available resources, I encourage you to check out resources page on our website, howtoanalyzedata.net/resources. If you know someone who would benefit from this content, please consider sharing the link. Please leave the feedback, corrections, or suggestions in comments. And all the best on your journey. I'll see you in my next video.